The Eight of Pentacles is coming up in the focus here with on Susan Dag. So some of you indeed may be going on a job interview in October. I think many of you are bored with what you're doing. So whatever you're doing, this is not your calling. So some of you may be going on an interview or going back to school. You want to increase your skills, increase your knowledge so that you can be more viable. Or maybe, start a different career path entirely. Whatever this is, it seems like it's going to take a little bit of time. It's not going to be overnight success. Some of you may even be starting your own business or trying to grow your own business or kind of strike out in a different direction. But whatever this is, it seems to be a bit of a process here. Because it does look like with Yera here, this could take about a year for you, Leo. So like this time next year, by next October, if you're starting now, you could really see a significant change and improve your finances for the better. And, I always tell people, you really want the slow but steady success rather than the overnight success, because the slow but steady wins the race. That's true. I mean, you're going to be more stable if you build the growth that way. And that's kind of the way I see it going. Now, some of you may be dealing with a legal issue or a court case. This can also be the way that Yera works. Yera talks about karma, balance, and justice and legality. So any of those themes, and probably all of them, will apply to some of you. But if you have been, and maybe you started a lawsuit or you're talking to a lawyer, because on suits can also be getting advice from a consultant, from a lawyer, a financial advisor, a doctor even. But I feel like for most of you, this has something to do with money or legalities, government steps. Maybe it's just a business consultant. Like, what do I need to do to start this business? Or maybe you're talking to an accountant about taxes. How does that work? That sort of thing. Just kind of laying the groundwork for something. Now, those of you that some of you may already be in this energy. Maybe you started this energy last year, and that would be, a different story. But I feel like for most of you, whatever this is you're starting in October, regarding money, material gain, or career, it's going to be a process of about a year. Now, it's not to say that you won't be making money in that time, but it's like you will really feel more stable by this time next year with this situation. But you do have a job offer coming up or finances being increased. So I do feel like October looks good financially. You also have the Ten of Pentacles here. So, I mean, that's the best money card of the minor arcana here. So definitely stability, definitely there's something new that is paying off. So even though whatever this is you're starting, you may be making money right out of the gate here, Leo, but I do feel like but this time next year, you're going to be in a totally different place with this. And that's what you want. That's your goal. You really want to not have to worry about money anymore. I think a lot of you are just tired of worrying about money. Or you have things that you want and you can't get them because you don't have the money. And there's nothing more frustrating to a Leo than not being able to spend your money the way that you want and where you want and on what you want. I also feel like, some of you may be changing jobs. So I do feel like you'll get an offer in October, and it will be an increase, maybe for many of you significantly so, in money. Now, the only thing is there may be a bit of a wait period with this. So like maybe you start out at a certain salary and you're there for 3 months or 6 months, and then you go up to a higher salary. Whatever this is, it's something that is gradual success. Now, some of you may be starting a completely new career and you have to kind of go in at the bottom. I still feel like, though, for most of you, it's going to be pretty good money here. And the potential is there to move up. So, and you'll move up quickly. That's the good thing, Leo. So if you do have to kind of take a position in October that you feel like, oh, I'm starting again, I'm starting over, and oh, I don't like that. But I mean, it's going to be a quick rise or a quick climb up that ladder. So don't fret about that. Don't fret about that. You have to take into consideration your happiness doing what you're doing. And I feel like a lot of you are just, you were done with the situation that you are in right now, or are soon to leave, or maybe left. I still feel like some of you, I feel like most of you are still working, and just looking for something that is more in line with what you want to do. Now, the help that's going to be available to you with the Five of Pentacles in reverse, I do feel like you have Canes here as well, which is a rune of opening up, new beginnings with finances. You're looking for new ways to increase your bottom line, and you're going to find them in October, Leo, no matter what it is. Now, some of you may be doing this creatively, so maybe you have the day job, and I don't like that, but I'm going to start my own store selling my craft items, or I'm going to write my book, or, I'm going to start acting, or I'm going to go start doing a little side creative thing to make money, because you do have a gift. Leo has a gift for the spotlight, and you can be in the spotlight in any, occupation. But, for most of you, this is probably something artistic. Maybe it's a hobby that you never thought you could make money at, but you should really start thinking about it, Leo. And I think many of you already are, and you even start selling some items that you are creating. Maybe you're an artist and maybe you open an Etsy store or something, or maybe you make jewelry and are trying to sell some of that. So yeah, get it out there in October, because I think you'll be surprised, Leo, that you can make some money right out of the gate with a hobby or something that really you enjoy doing. And that'll kind of offset maybe something you have to do just to pay the bills. Now, what can't be changed? It looks like we have the Six of Cups coming up here. Maybe you see that. And Six of Cups talks about the past and the nostalgia. So there may be somebody from your past who is, maybe you're just thinking about them, or they contact you and say, they are thinking about you. This is somebody for most of you who disappointed you. There's disappointment in a relationship, and you're looking at the past. So now for some of you, this can play out in different ways. Again, we talked about how this is a general reading. Those of you who are in a relationship right now, you may be longing for the beginning of the relationship. That honeymoon period at the beginning of a relationship. Oh, it's all wonderful and we're so in love. And then now I can't stand the sight of you. Hopefully it's not that bad, Leo, but we all have a capacity or the ability to get on each other's nerves, especially as time goes on and if you're with someone every day. So, you may just long for the excitement of that period, or maybe you feel like someone was, different when you got together, and now they're kind of like taking a turn for the worse. And I've got this coming up with male and female energies. So whether you are a male or female Leo, I think you're going to be feeling this way. Or someone may tell you they feel this way about you, Leo. Again, these energies can always work both ways in these general readings. And it will apply to some of you in all of these ways. But, you may just feel like, you're longing for the past. Some of you may be longing for a partner from the past, whether you're in a relationship or not. That just may be the energy. Maybe this is part of the carryover of Mercury retrograde. So maybe the first couple of weeks, because Mercury goes direct on October 9th. And it can cause us to reevaluate or think about the past, even bring people from the past back into our lives. So I do feel like, though, there is disappointment around relationships, or you're thinking about a past disappointment. Now, if someone does come back from the past, Leo, I don't feel that, I feel like this relationship, if it didn't work before, that saying, X's are X's for a reason. I don't feel like this would be a different outcome than it was before, no matter what this person says. But this may be a situation. Six of Cups can make you think about just the good things with a relationship and none of the bad. This does not have to be a romantic relationship. This could be any relationship, a friendship, a partnership, a business partnership, a family member, anyone that you shared a close bond with. And sometimes Six of Cups can be talking about childhood. So maybe you're thinking about your childhood, brothers and sisters, the way things used to be, the way we used to interact. And now it's all, like before they let you down or before they disappointed you. So yeah, just watch for manipulation in October, Leo, and certainly don't manipulate others, because I feel like that's not going to pay off for you. It's not going to pay off for you. Now, I do also have Esau here, and the Six of Pentacles in reverse. So this talks about someone who is not being generous, someone who's being very selfish, very, and not necessarily, it doesn't have to just be with money. Actually, because your money looks so good, I'm gonna say that this is most likely for most of you to do with relationships. Someone's being selfish and withdrawn. Maybe withholding affection, withholding sex, withholding something and using it for gain. So we got like a power play going on here with Esau. And they're not talking about it. Like, this is the silent treatment is what Esau is. It can sometimes mean also a divorce and separation. But it doesn't always have to be that, maybe you're talking about it. I mean, somebody could bring it up if this is a partnership that you're in. You may be saying, Leo, okay, when we got together, this relationship was exciting. It was fun. It was totally different. And you're not the person, you're not that person anymore. So we need to work on either bringing the spark back or figuring out a way to make this work, or I'm going to have to go. Or someone's saying this to you, Leo, you've changed. Which would be unusual, Leo, because you're a fixed sign. But if you manipulated someone or were hiding something about yourself or hiding a secret or another relationship, so many different ways this can work. Your partner may be saying this to you. I am not happy with this situation. So it does look like those of you who are coupled, if you want to stay in the relationship you're in, it's going to take some work. And if it's you that's withdrawing or withholding affection or sex or attention from your partner, withholding love from your partner, maybe you should think, if you don't feel like being with this person anymore, maybe this is something you should talk about. Just talk about it before you do anything. Because I feel like if there's someone else from the past that's coming in and you do something with that person, this could get ugly. This can get ugly. Be sure that you really don't want this partner that you're with, Leo, if you're going to go ahead and do something like that, because I do feel like if they find out about it, which it does appear that some of them will, you may come home and their stuff's just gone. If that's what you want, proceed. There's a better way to do it, involving open, honest communication. But everybody's circumstances are different. I'm not seeing how this partner treated you or, anything like that, because it'll be different for everyone. Again, this is a general reading. So I just feel like there's some kind of freeze or some freeze out, some kind of someone pulling back their warmth and generosity. And for some of you, it will be you. And for others, you may be feeling that from your partner. But it seems like there's a reevaluation in order about who you are coupled with, Leo, who you want to couple with, who not to couple with. So I do think October is a month when it comes to relationships to kind of pull back and look at your motives, other people's motives. But focusing on work and money is really going to get you far. That's really going to be going your way and the way you want it to. So, and if you have to put off this relationship stuff through October, maybe pick it back up in November, that's fine. Maybe that's what this is indicating for some of you. Just, I I can't think about this right now. I'll think about it tomorrow, like Scarlett O'Hara would say. I'll think about that tomorrow. Yeah, you may need to do that, Leo. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with weighing options, thinking about things before committing to an action or a person.